Days after India Today's Hurriyat Truth expose, the NIA has made it clear its clampdown on separatists is far from over. The NIA conducted fresh raids today at 5 locations in Jammu and Kashmir. Sources say the target was Hurriyat chief Syed Ali Shah Gilani's aide Ayaz Akbar. Sources have also added the raids have taken place at separatist homes as well as on traders. This comes after 22 NIA raid locations in Srinagar, Delhi and Haryana yesterday. After the massive India Today expose, the NIA has also filed an FIR against Bitta Karate, Naeem Khan and Ghazi Baba in the Pakistan funding case. Lashkar Chief Hafiz Saeed has also been booked under Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. Including today's raids, a total of 27 locations have been raided in Jammu and Kashmir, Delhi and Haryana. Over 2.5 crore rupees in cash, CDs, laptops, letterheads and of banned terrorist organizations such as Lashkar and Hizbul and other important documents have been seized during these raids. The agency also raided various Hawala operators in the national capital after India Today exposed how funds from Pakistan reached the Kashmir Valley through Delhi.
ये नहीं और कोई भी जांच एजेंसी हो, ये बिना आधार के इस तरीके से कार्रवाई नहीं की जाती है। बरसों से देखा जा रहा था कि पाकिस्तान से फंडिंग होने की बातें बहुत सी बार सामने आ रही थी और इसी आधार पे हमें आज कई जगहों पर अलगाववादियों के स्थानों पर NIA ने रेड मारी है। बिना आधार के ये कार्रवाई नहीं की जा सकती, ऐसा मुझे लगता है। और ये कार्रवाई करने के लिए NIA फ्री है, यंत्रणा फ्री है सभी, और हमारी जिम्मेदारी है कि हम देश में ये आतंकवाद, अलगाववाद समाप्त करना की जिम्मेदारी के साथ में सरकार काम कर रही है।
There is no compromise as far as safeguarding the country's security is concerned, and as far as the professional approach of the security agencies as well as the military and paramilitary forces is concerned. You must have realized over the last few days that whatever appropriate is being done both across the borders as well as within the borders.
Actually raided residences yet again of separatist leadership, this time Ayaz Akbar. Ayaz Akbar is a very close contact person of Syed Ali Shah Gilani, the Hurriyat hardline faction, and we are bringing you these exclusive visuals. Krishan Kumar is showing you that this is the residence. This is on the Sumbul Road. We have been told by agencies that his house was raided yesterday as well. Security officials are not willing to divulge much, but we know that all their movements are being tracked consistently, and we have managed to come this far outside the city to give you these first exclusive visuals of Ayaz Akbar's residence yet again being recorded. With Krishan Kumar, Ujashwa.
This big impact of India Today expose, where we expose the Hurriyat leaders, their park nexus. National Investigative Agency is conducting raid on the second day in Srinagar. This is the residence of Baba Javed Qazi, the leader of Tehreek-e-Hurriyat, where National Investigative Agency is conducting raid and connecting all the dots. We're also hearing from our sources that more than 5 places being searched in Srinagar by the top agency to connect the dots of these businessmen and their nexus with the Pakistan, as the funding that is coming from the enemy nation via different routes, and that is reaching to Srinagar to destroy and to fuel the unrest in the valley. So this is the residence of Baba Qazi, where the National Investigative Agency officials are conducting raids, collecting all the evidence, including the documents and whatever amount of evidence that is available. At the same time, number of businessmen also being searched by the top agency, and that is the area. This is the downtown area, and which is the den of the separatist leader. And remember, right after India Today exposed, the NIA took cognizance of that expose. The preliminary inquiry that was filed by the top agency, and FIR, right after the agency filed FIR, the raids being carried out by the agency, and a very high security that has been made to this area where the National Investigative Agency is carrying out searches. In Ground Zero at Srinagar with camera person Sanjay Kumar, this is Ashutosh for India Today.
Now let me go across to my colleague Paulimi, who is joining me for more on this story. Paulimi, the crackdown on these separatists after the India Today expose, every single day NIA is gathering more proofs against them. FIR has been converted. How long before people like Syed Ali Shah Gilani and Mirwais Umar Farooq also come into the ambit?
Well, as far as this investigation goes, Ankit, it's definitely close on the heels of the separatist leaders who have been fomenting trouble in the Kashmir Valley for a very long time now, for years now. Saeed Ali Shah Gilani, Mirwais Umar Farooq, Yasin Malik, Shabir Shah. These have been, in fact, orchestrating violence because they've been funneled with money and funds from across the border, Pakistan. All the raids that are being conducted are of those businessmen and of those close aides who have been, in fact, running the show for these separatist leaders. It's not very long before the NIA will, in fact, question these leaders as well. They've already named Saeed Ali Shah Gilani in the FIR, which was, in fact, registered yesterday. They've named the Hurriyat Conference. There are two factions of the Hurriyat over here in Kashmir. Both the moderate and the Gilani faction have, in fact, come under the radar as far as this NIA investigation goes. And it appears now that the NIA is closing in on the money trail that they wish to establish, because that is why and that is how they would be, in fact, closing in on these separatist leaders. And in terms of their culpability in fomenting trouble in the valley, you need to have very strong evidence. Otherwise, of course, it could have repercussions. And what I was told yesterday by the Minister of State for Home Affairs, Hansraj Ahir, when he spoke exclusively to India Today, he said that the NIA has only moved after it had very strong evidence, which includes the video evidence that India Today has duly provided the NIA with upon request.
Paulami, thank you so much for joining us with all those details. We'll keep coming back to you. India Today has been following raids very closely. Our correspondents are spread across Delhi, Srinagar and other spots where the raids have been conducted. Apart from the fresh NIA raids in Jammu and Kashmir, the NIA team also conducted raids in the dry fruit sellers in North Delhi's Rohini late on June 3rd. NIA detained another dry fruit seller, Manish Arora, in Greater Kailash after raiding his house. The house is now locked. The third big raid was on a store in Chandni Chowk, where employees tell our reporters they were questioned about the links to Pakistan and separatists. Take a look at these reports.
This is the shop which had something to do with Hawala, which also had something to do as far as Hawala transaction is concerned. All the money that was supposed to be coming from the Gulf to this shop, and through here, those were supposedly being channeled to Hurriyat, something that India Today has exposed all throughout. Let's have आज सुबह क्या हुआ था, थोड़ा अगर हमें छोटे में बताएं।
सर हमको सब रोड़े करने लगे, हम कुछ नहीं कहते, सब रोड़े करने लगे हम क्यों पहुंचे, क्यों वहाँ करें हम।
ये जो बोरी खुला था, कुछ लोग जो पुलिस वाले
कोई नहीं खोला, बोरी नहीं खोली।
अभी तो बोल रहे थे बोरी खुले थे।
हम ये तोड़ने के लिए बोल रहे हैं, तोड़ने के लिए बोल रहे हैं, ये नहीं कह रहे।
जब पुलिस वाले आए तो पाकिस्तान के जिक्र कर रहे थे। क्या पाकिस्तान के जिक्र कर रहे थे?
वो ये करके गए हैं, ये कार्टून का।
क्या बोल रहे थे?
कहते ये कहाँ से आए हैं? हम सर देखो, हम गरीब आदमी के बच्चे हैं, हम मजदूर करते हैं, सब मंडी के पुकारने लगे, हम कुछ भी नहीं जानते अब।
नहीं, वो तो very clearly India Today expose has shook the nation and clearly has the National Investigative Agency up on their toes to unearth one of the biggest exposes that what is the real story, what is the real face of Hurriyat. Reporting from Balimaran with Dharmender, I'm Anindo Banerjee for India Today.
It is S Block 436 number house is situated in GK2 Market, which is centrally placed building, and right now I am here in front of the building, and it is the building of Mano Arora, which is residing at the first floor of the house. But after the raid, Mano Arora and with his manager is detained by the NIA team. The police sources and NIA team sources also told that they seized 2 lakhs rupees, some documents related to property and their cars, and some mobile phones of their security guards is also seized by the NIA team. After the raid, there is a one change. This is the main door of the building, which is already closed, already locked. This is the Delhi's registration number BMW car, which is of Mano Arora, and second one is the one car which is also the Chandigarh registration number Audi car, which is of Mano Arora. Now the NIA teams also investigate on the angle of Hurriyat's funding, because there is a charges on the Mano Arora that he funded Hurriyat's. Now the police is investigating not only the Mano Arora but another Khari Bavli's spices fruit sellers also. With camera person Jainendra Kumar, this is Ram Kinkar Singh for India Today.
Well, Union Minister Harsh Vardhan has said suggestions on cow slaughter notification will be reviewed and it is not a prestige issue for the government. Harsh Vardhan said the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act is not against animal slaughter. It is not forcing people on what to eat.
कानून है और इसके तहत जो बनाए गए नियम हैं, ये ना तो किसी की फूड हैबिट्स को प्रभावित करने के लिए, उनके अंदर कोई परिवर्तन करने के लिए या उनके ऊपर कोई फूड हैबिट्स फोर्स करने के लिए बनाए गए हैं, ना ही ये किसी स्लॉटरिंग के बिजनेस को प्रभावित करने के लिए किए गए हैं। लेकिन इस सब के बावजूद भी अगर समाज में किसी को कोई इसके बारे में मिसकंसेप्शन हुआ है, तो हमने फिर भी कहा है कि कोई भी हमें रिप्रेजेंटेशन जो मिलेगा या मिले हैं, हम उनको पूरे प्रामाणिकता से और पूरी ऑब्जेक्टिविटी के साथ उनका विश्लेषण करेंगे।
Let me now go across to my colleague Ilma Hassan, who is joining me live for more on this. Ilma, this is the first, sort of an indication from the government side that they are willing to talk, they are willing to, stand down and at least put a few steps back as far as this notification is concerned, because this has created a political situation not only down south but across the country.
Well, absolutely, Ankit. In fact, we had heard reports a few days ago, about 4 or 5 days ago, that the centre is considering reviewing this cattle ban. But now you have Harsh Vardhan saying that this is not a prestige issue of us. Rather, it's just an extension of the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act. This is all that it is. So he said that the suggestions, the recommendations and the problems that every state is coming up with, that the people have an issue with, that local business owners have an issue with, we will take that into consideration. This is not a prestige issue. He also very clearly stated that what we are trying to do is not change the dietary habits of the people. What we're trying to do is that make sure that animals aren't treated cruelly. That is all that we're trying to do. You've seen in the past how in the northeastern states and even in the south, a lot of people, including BJP MPs, have revolted against this move, saying that, calling this almost food fascism, saying that you cannot have control over what people eat. Now with Harsh Vardhan saying that they will review it, it's clearly, them taking a step back, starting the review process, a big relief for everyone.
Thank you so much, Ilma Hassan, for joining us and giving us all those details on this crucial story. Well, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi visited the Congress office in Chennai during his visit to the southern state of Tamil Nadu. But before his arrival, a scuffle broke out with Congress workers clashing with the security personnel there. The workers were denied entry into the office before Rahul Gandhi's arrival, and post that things turned ugly there in Chennai. Let me now quickly cut across to my colleague Pramod, who is joining me for more on this story. Pramod, what exactly happened and how was the situation brought under control?
Well, Akid, the situation is like this. It's not like a daily thing when Rahul Gandhi comes to Tamil Nadu or visits this Satyamurthy Bhavan, the headquarters of Congress party. In fact, this is the second time he has visited the party, the office. The first one was in 2011 and the next one is in 2017. This time he had, as usual, SPG, and they had completely the entire area cordoned. And there were some cadres who had come all the way from various districts of Tamil Nadu who wanted to see Rahul Gandhi in person, but they were denied permission, and that's when the scuffle broke out. And not just that, Rahul Gandhi they spent almost 1 hour inside the place. He opened up a special library. He met the other party workers, and many cadres were not happy that they were not allowed to meet him, because he's the vice president, presumably the next leader of Congress party, and these people unable to meet them, it made the situation a little unhappy for them, and that's why the scuffle broke out, Akid. Not just that, Rahul Gandhi has also made it very clear that these forces in Tamil Nadu, the secular forces, he's trying to bring them together to fight against a kind of ideology, the single ideology BJP is trying to implement all across India, Ankit.
Thank you so much, Pramod, for joining us with all those details. Well, India-Pakistan clash today laid under the shadow of the terrorism after, London terror struck at the heart of London as 7 people were killed and close to 30 injured in twin terror attacks late last night. The first attack took place on the London Bridge when a speeding van rammed pedestrians. The occupants of the vehicle then got out at the nearby Borough Market at the south end of the bridge and stabbed several people before being gunned down by the armed police. The injured have been taken to 6 hospitals across London. Police has confirmed the 2 incidents are being treated as terror attacks. British Prime Minister Theresa May described the incident as dreadful events and will chair an emergency meeting on security. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also condemned the attacks, terming them as shocking.